Welcome to The Behavior Code, the show that deciphers the hidden patterns in human interaction. I'm your host, Maria.
And I'm Gabriel. Today, we're diving into something, well, a little counterintuitive. It's this paradox. Have you ever noticed, Maria, that in a meeting or social gathering, the most powerful person in the room is often the quietest?
Oh, 100%. It's so true. The person who talks the most is often just noise. But the one who waits, who chooses their words, when they finally speak, everyone leans in. The whole room just shifts.
Exactly. Leans in. That's the key. There's this inherent authority in silence that we don't really talk about. We're always told to speak up, to make our voice heard. But today, we're making the case for the opposite. The less you talk, the more people listen.
So, what's the core idea here? I mean, why does this happen? Is it just that we get tired of the loud person? Or is there something deeper going on?
Well, it boils down to a basic economic principle, actually scarcity. Think about it. If something is abundant everywhere, its perceived value drops. If you talk constantly, your words become, well, they become cheap.
Right, they're just part of the background hum. But if you speak rarely, your words become a scarce resource. People instinctively feel like, oh, I need to pay attention to this. It doesn't happen often.
It's the psychology of attention scarcity. We live in an age of constant information, constant chatter. Our attention is the real currency. When someone isn't constantly trying to take our attention, we paradoxically become more curious about what they have to offer.
Yeah, you're not fighting for the spotlight, so the spotlight kind of finds you.
Precisely. And that brings us to the actual science of it, because silence does something really interesting to the human brain.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What happens?
It creates cognitive tension. Humans are pattern-making machines. In a conversation, the pattern is give and take, talk and listen. When you introduce a pause, a moment of silence, where a response is expected, the other person's brain goes into overdrive.
They try to fill in the blank?
Exactly. They start wondering, what are they thinking? Do they disagree? Are they carefully considering my words? They start projecting their own thoughts, their own insecurities, their own intelligence onto your silence. You seem more thoughtful, more profound, simply because you gave them the space to think you are.
That is fascinating. So the less you give them, the more they create for themselves, and they attribute it all to you? It's like you become a blank canvas for their assumptions of wisdom.
A canvas, yes, that's a perfect metaphor. And this directly feeds into social power dynamics. In most social interactions, we unconsciously look for a leader, for who's in charge.
And we assume it's the loudest person, but it's not.
Often, no. The person who is comfortable with silence, who doesn't feel the need to fill every empty space, signals incredible confidence. They are unbothered. They are in control. Think about interruptions, for example. The person who is constantly interrupting,
They seem desperate, like they're afraid of losing their turn.
right, it reduces their authority. But the person who lets others finish, who listens intently, and then delivers a concise, thoughtful response, they command the space. Their verbal input is low, but their perceived dominance is high.
You know, this makes me think about relationships too. It's not just in a boardroom, right? Like in dating.
Oh, absolutely. Go on.
Well, the person who sort of overshares right away, who lays all their cards on the table, it can be a bit much. There's a certain attraction to a little bit of mystery, isn't there? Emotional restraint can be really compelling.
It invites curiosity. You want to know more about the person who isn't giving everything away for free. It signals that they have a rich inner world, that they aren't seeking constant external validation. It's about finding that balance, isn't it, between being mysterious and being completely closed off.
Totally. It's not about being a vault, it's about being deliberate. And that's the same thing we see at work, especially with leadership and influence.
Yes, the best leaders I've ever worked with were masters of this. They didn't feel the need to over-explain every decision. They didn't micromanage with the constant stream of words. They'd state the mission, the goal, with clarity and conviction, and then they'd be quiet.
And that silence creates accountability, right? It says, I trust you to do your job. I don't need to fill the air with instructions. It's a massive sign of respect.
It is. Communicating authority isn't about volume, it's about weight. When a quiet leader speaks, people follow because they know the words have been chosen carefully and carry significance.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but let's make it super practical for our listeners. Let's say someone listening right now knows they're a chronic overtalker. What are like 5 things they can do immediately to start speaking less and being heard more?
Okay, number one, and this is the simplest, embrace the 3-second pause. Before you answer any question, just take a full 3 seconds. Breathe. Think. It will feel awkward at first, but it signals thoughtfulness to others.
I love that. So simple. Okay, number 2. Ask open-ended questions instead of stating your opinion. Instead of saying, here's what I think we should do, try, what are the most important factors for us to consider here? You shift the focus from yourself to others, but you're still guiding the conversation.
Good one. Number 3, get to the point. Practice making your point in one single, clear sentence. We often use 20 sentences when one will do. Stop rambling. That's a huge mistake people make that just makes people tune out.
Brevity is key. Okay, number 4. When you feel the urge to jump in and add your 2 cents, just don't. Literally, just listen. Often the point you were going to make gets made by someone else, or you realize it wasn't that important to begin with.
And finally, number 5, use silence to your advantage in negotiations or difficult conversations. After you make your offer or state your position, stop talking. The first person to speak next often loses. Let the silence do the heavy lifting. The pressure it creates is a powerful tool.
These are so good. And it all comes back to this one final takeaway, doesn't it? Silence isn't empty, it's not a void.
Not at all. Silence is a communication tool. It's an active choice, not a passive absence of noise. It's space for thinking, for reflection, for adding weight to the words that truly matter.
So, as we close out, we have a challenge for all of you listening.
That's right. For the next 24 hours, practice strategic silence. Pick one of the tips we shared. Maybe it's the 3-second pause. Maybe it's consciously not interrupting. Just try it. See how people react to you differently. Notice how you feel.
That's all the time we have for today on the Behavior Code. Let us know how your 24-hour challenge goes. I'm Maria.
And I'm Gabriel. Thanks for listening.